Hello everybody, welcome back to some more Train Sim Classic, and today we are on the Riviera Line and we are doing the scenario APC 431M78 Paignton to Manchester Piccadilly. We won't be going as far as that in this one, but we'll be doing some of the journey anyway. We have the class 43 HST, and I believe that it's in X Virgin Trains livery, which essentially is it's still the Virgin Trains livery. However, it just doesn't have any of the logos on it. They've removed the line. It's about 55 minutes, so we will sort of jump in a second. But before we do, I just want to say, if you are a new viewer and you haven't already, please subscribe and like down below. Alright, let's jump into the cab and sort of get set up, ready to go. Okay, here we are inside the cab of a HST, and it's been a while since I've actually been in the cab of a HST. Let's get some of those on. We don't need tail lights, but we will need headlights. Brakes seem okay. That will go white, I think, if it's wheel slipped. If we do wheel slip, we need Shift W. We'll turn the master key on. We clear the AWS. So let's read the briefing. You can't actually see that. It says, "Hello, driver. You are currently sitting in Goodrington Sidings, just south of Paignton. As soon as you're ready, you may head into Paignton Station. You will depart there at 2:15 and call at Torquay at 22 minutes past 2. Cool. So we are actually going all the way to Exeter St David's today. We're not doing, obviously, the full run. We're just doing Paignton to Exeter, which is a nice little run. And normally I would have this up. I'm going to see if I can try and do it without that. So we'll see how far we get, because I do sort of like having that up. But yeah, let's release the brakes, and we're going to need notch 2, I think, and we'll have a look at the clag coming out the top. It is a nice model, to be fair. I think the cab is a bit dated for Armstrong Powerhouse. This might be one of the reasons why they've discontinued the 43 enhancement pack. This, I believe, this is the 43 182. I can't remember, but there's only one 43 enhancement pack left on Armstrong Powerhouse's website. They've sort of discontinued a few, and it's probably because they do want a nice product to release, and if this doesn't meet their standards anymore, they will discontinue it. We are driving 43094 today, which I will just maybe have a quick look up. 094. Let me have a quick look, see if it's actually. I think it might have been. It might have been a Virgin Trains. I'll have a look in a sec on Google when we come to a stop, because we are here for a little bit of time. About 5 miles an hour. I want to sort of stop before this signal if I can, sort of in line with this other HST would be nice. Look at that. Now that is a picture opportunity right there. This bush was sort of in the way. That's a shame that I've not pulled forward a bit more, but yeah, that's pretty cool. Let's get the doors open because we've got a little bit of time, but I will basically look up. That signal's gone red. We haven't passed it technically, so hopefully that's not going to be an issue. But anyway, I was looking up the 43094. So yeah, it actually was a Virgin Trains, I think. And it looks like it was on the Riviera Line. Someone took a photo of it on the Riviera Line. 43093. Oh, that's and Virgin Cross Country Trains. Obviously we don't have the Virgin logo on the side because it is an ex-Virgin Trains train. So obviously they can't have the logo on the side anymore. And it did actually feature without the logo on the side in real life, as I'm looking at photos of it now in its sort of later life. It still lives on by the looks of things. 43094. It's actually in first Great Western livery now by the looks of things. Someone's took a picture of it in first Great Western, so it would have been like that one that just left. But it seems that it sort of was in this livery at some point in its life. We've got another 5 minutes yet, so I will rejoin you when we get closer to leaving. Okay, cool. We've got about 20 seconds or so. I just want to see if these doors close on their own. I'm hoping that they do, but you never know. I might have to do it manually. Nope, there they go. Sweet. So our next stop is Torquay. We might have to give it a good bit of power. I'm hoping that this signal's not going to be a problem. I could have probably requested... Well, I don't know. I'm guessing it's not going to be a problem, basically. It's a shame these barriers don't really work. Like, they don't go down. It's sort of... And there's no, like, cars sort of waiting there. And there's no pedestrians about. It's a bit... I mean, don't get me wrong. The Riviera route is really good and scenic, but it's a bit bland. It's one of the older train sim routes. Definitely. But once we sort of start getting up to it, I will. I'm driving with this this thing again just because it's a bit easier. You know, I could look at the actual speedo. It's not for us. It's okay. Listen to the power. That sounds like a HST. They always had this like really powerful sounding engine that just, it sounded like a jet fighter spooling up. They always sounded like that. But as well, it was like they always were a bit dirty, even though they're, you know, they spent a long time of their life working on the British Rail, and there's still HSTs being used in the UK today on certain lines. Oh, there's the sea. Yeah, there's still HSTs being used, I believe. They may have withdrawn a lot of them. I know that they have withdrawn a lot in certain areas, but they served a purpose for a long time. They may have not been that, you know, eco-friendly and green, but they you know, when they first came out in, oh, it must have been, right, look at this. It must have been the 70s, I'm going to say, but maybe it was earlier. I'll have a look when we stop at Torquay. It's passing at 22, so we might have a bit of time, actually. We are going downhill slightly, so I might have to apply a little bit more brake than I would normally would. Yeah, you don't realise how quick you end up coming into these stations. I always forget which is like sort of the right sort of horn tone for these. But yeah, it's literally round this corner, the station, so we've got time anyway. We're supposed to arrive there at 21, so we've got more than enough time to take it easy. Torquay. I don't ever remember going to the station at Torquay. Maybe I have. I don't. I definitely remember going to Paignton. Now let's do this. I think we're about an 8 car. Right, let me just look up quickly when they were first introduced. So 1975. They've been in service since 1976. So they were actually built between 75 and 82. That's not the how long they've served. But yeah, there's quite a lot of them still around, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, it was sort of like mid 70s they sort of came out, I think. I don't think it was as early as 60s, because they were sort of using other locos in the sort of 60s. But these are 70s, definitely mid 70s. What's next? Don't know how to say that next one. Right. That would be the guard telling us we're all good. We might have to notch to it here. Let's keep an eye on that wheel slip. Green. Yep, we're all good. But yeah, it's sort of like these like 156s. So is that 156? Yeah, I think so. They sort of took over from the HSTs on these sort of small routes. The HSTs sort of being used for cross-country routes and sort of like non-stop routes. But the sort of Pendolinos took over from that, and the Voyagers sort of took over from that. So obviously, you know, there's not many HSTs out there anymore. And if there are, they're serving little runs. If I am wrong, please tell me down in the comments. I do enjoy, you know, reading the comments, and especially when people are more knowledgeable than me, I do enjoy reading your comments. There was a chap the other day I was talking about in one of the train sim videos how I was like, oh, I don't know if I can apply the handbrake to the rail cars. He let me know that I can actually go to here, and then under the wagon there is actually a handbrake icon where I can actually apply the handbrake of the wagons. I didn't know that, so yeah, if you know of any HSTs that are still running and you want to talk about it in the comments, then start up a conversation, because it's not only me that reads the comments, it is everyone else who watches the videos. So like I say, if you want to start a conversation with me or anyone, put it down in the comments. We don't get many, but the ones that we do get, you know, they are enjoyable to read. We're going uphill a bit here, so we're going to have to give it some power. Don't know if 5 is our max. Yeah, 5 is our max on this. When are we? 39. Okay. So I'm just going to speed straight through this. I know that we are speeding, but I just wanted to keep momentum up as we sort of crest this hill. Because like you can see, we can start losing speed very quickly as we're going uphill. Once we crest it and go down again, we'll well, I might have to apply some brake, but that's okay. Yeah, we're really motoring along. But yeah, this shouldn't be that long of a scenario. I think it said it was about 50 minutes. But a lot of that is just faffing about at the start. I think, you know, as we've only got 5 stops, and they're not that far away from each other, really. But you'll also have to let me know if you watched the Train Sim World video and what you thought of Train Sim World 5. Obviously, I didn't play the new Train Sim World 5 content. However, I played some of the older content. So if you guys actually enjoy watching Train Sim World, I'll do some more. Or if you enjoy Train Sim Classic more, You know, Train Sim Classic's not going anywhere, but if you want to see more Train Sim World 5, let me know. Because there's stuff on there I can play. I have a lot of the older DLC from the previous games that I can still play, so it's worth us probably doing it. Wow, the sky actually looks really good in this on this route. I haven't got the Armstrong Powerhouse sky enhancement pack that updates the sky boxes and makes them really nice. I haven't got it, but this is looking really good. The sky box. And it doesn't look like I'm going to have to apply any brake. We might do when we get down to that 55, but that's okay. Let's just apply step 1. See if it comes down. Yeah, well, how far are we from 7 miles? Soon creeps up on you, though. Yeah, what a pleasant route this is. I was wondering if the AWS was going to go off there to tell us about speed change, but it didn't. Unless there's one down here. They're going to tell us about speed change, I don't know. Probably will get now as we got coming up to a yellow. Single yellow, so we better get sort of ready to stop. I think it is red, the next one, so we need to be like pressing on here. There's another HST. So yeah, first HST, first Great Western, is it? So yeah, it's a good thing I sort of know what I'm doing slightly, because we could have I think they call it SPAD on this red light. Signal passed at danger, SPAD, and we don't want that. So yes, I think I've mentioned it before, but double yellow sort of means the next signal is going to be a single yellow or a double yellow. If it's a double yellow, again, you can carry on, but the next signal may be... It's sort of like a double yellow, sort of like be aware of the next signal. If the next signal is a single yellow, it means the next signal is going to be red or a single. So it's like single yellow, sort of like, you know, look at you know, potentially braking. And as you can see, we've been given the road here, and it's a single yellow. So the next one could be red. That's not to do with us, that's to do with the signal that's our signal is always on the left. So as that one's in the middle, it's for that outer track. But yeah, It's if I just barreled through there going, it's a single yellow, the next one might not be red. You know, it's better to start braking and then speed up again if you need to than going across on a red. So, but sometimes I miss it, or they come up real quick and you're like, oh, and you need to like slam on. But that was a nice gradual descent. That was nice. We're not stopping at this one. So don't get fooled by that, or because it's a green line doesn't mean that that's your platform. You need to read your task and actually see if that's your platform. Newton Abbot is not our platform. So once we get past this 60, I am going to bash it right up to 5, and we are going to go. We'll warn them that there's a train coming, but we are just going to barrel straight through here because this is not our stop. And we've got a green, so that's all good. That's cool. We are speeding here, so I'll just knock it off. I don't know if actually it says in the manual or anything that you shouldn't, if you should never knock it off completely out of throttle. Maybe you're supposed to have, I don't know the actual realistic, again if you know please leave it in the comments, but I don't know if it's actually you're supposed to have at least notch 1 and just use the brake, or if it's like you can just knock it off completely. I don't know, because there might be a thing that says, you know, knocking it off completely isn't the right process, so therefore you need to have it at least notch 1 and, you know, in junction with the brake. I don't know. We can actually knock it up to 90 if we want. I probably won't go that fast as we're coming up to this station in about 3 miles, so I mean we are capable of doing 90. I mean the max speed of this is 125. I think I want to keep it around 60. We'll leave it on notch 1. But look at this. Doesn't this look great? Let's actually get a screenshot of this. I want a good open bit here. This might do. Looks pretty snazzy. So we've got Dawlish and Exeter. I don't know how to say this one, so I'm not going to try. But like I said, I've been to Paignton many a time, and every time I've been, it's been, you know, an absolute delight. I don't think I've ever been on the Riviera Line. I've always sort of just gone to Paignton, walked past the station, and gone down the high street and the shops. But I don't think I've ever been on the actual train line. It would be cool to do it because it is quite a scenic line. But yeah, I don't think I've ever actually done it. But this is sort of like the little estuary bit here, where all the yachts come in, all the boats. Start slowing it down. We are entering a 60. But yeah, there's plenty of pictures and videos of HSTs, Class 50s, freight locos going through. I can't remember where it is now. It's a very famous station with a. It might be just down here. I can't actually remember, but yeah, it's the Riviera Line. It's quite synonymous, and there's loads of videos of different things going down this line. Very iconic. Alright, we're actually coming into here way quicker than I thought we were. That's okay though. This is me not paying attention. It's a very small station, this, so we want to sort of at the moment we're looking good. I might step one it. Actually, I'm going to knock it off. Let it roll a bit. See where we are there. Did we get it all on? Ooh, we were one carriage out. Yeah, we were sort of one carriage sort of. Should have gone a little bit further, but that's okay. We were supposed to get here at 39, which we did. We're departing at 39, so this is actually a quick in and out here. Wait for the guard. There he is. Okay. Just give it a notch too, just to get us moving. We shouldn't wheel slip. Yeah, that little buzzing is the guard basically telling us all the doors are shut and he's happy for us to leave, which is what I was waiting for. Right, Dawlish. It's not that far. It's about 3 miles away. And then Exeter, it's about 15 or 10. Wow, look at this. Very cool, very cool. I think I did another video on the Riviera Line. I remember taking the screenshot of a Class 50 down here. If you haven't seen that video, it is on the channel. All my train sim videos are in a big playlist on the channel, so if there's a specific scenario you want to look up or a specific loco that you want to actually watch, it is on the channel, so just give it a search. You can go to the channel, I think you can go to videos and there's like a little search bar and you can actually search for say Class 50 and you'll find the video. Wow, look at this. Along the seafront here. This is cool. But yeah, we do try and do a mix of things. I think the station that everybody knows is just down here. I'm guessing it's Dawlish, which is the famous one. Past these tunnels, I think. But yeah, we try and do a mix of things. So I try and do a mix of like Armstrong, Powerhouse, Dovetail, Just Trains, and anything else. You know, there's certain scenarios that are very, very good from Armstrong Powerhouse. There's a few from Dovetail which are pretty decent, but I play them all. It doesn't matter how old the route is, doesn't matter how new it is, doesn't matter how old the scenario is. Some scenarios are really old and you can tell that they're old. They need a bit of updating. But I try and do a mix so that it feels a bit more, you know, varied. You know, some people just stick to freight. Some people just stick to passenger. I prefer freight over passenger. I think freight's a lot cooler, but it can be a bit boring sometimes. Especially if you're doing a big scenario that's like 100 minutes long in a freight loco. It can be quite tedious. But yeah, I like freight. Yeah, this is the station that is synonymous with things flying through, people taking video. Just on the corner here, people stand and record stuff. We're going to have to slam on again. What times are you supposed to get here? 45. So yeah, we're pretty much bang on at the moment. Try and get this station bang on as well. This is looking better. I think all of our HST stop 2 plus 8 car. That's us, I think. Are we all on? Yeah. I think we have got 8 cars. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 2 power cars, which is what that's saying is 2 power cars plus 8 passenger cars, which we are. When do we depart? 46, so literally like any second now. Doesn't this look great out of the window here? Be quite good to be a driver on the Riviera Line. Thank you, guard. Right, and then we've got about a 10-mile drive to Exeter. Oh, forgot to release the brake. No wonder we weren't going anywhere. Cool. Hopefully they release the Riviera Line for Train Sim World 5. I think that would be really good if, because I know the Class 50 is really synonymous with this line. So hopefully they do sort of maybe like the Riviera Line with the Class 50. I've got no idea what they're working on. Just Trains is working on a few DLC for Train Sim World 5. They've already released one, which was the Blackpool lines, which looks actually really good. It's got a pacer on it and stuff. But yeah, hopefully we get some interesting packs. Hopefully they don't just do the whole thing next year of Train Sim World 6, Train Sim World 7, because where do you stop, you know? Do you go all the way to Train Sim World 10, 12, 20, you know? I know it's ridiculous to say, but I don't know why they don't just call it Train Sim World without the number and just keep updating it. Like Train Sim Classic, just keep updating it. This is Train Sim Classic, then you've got Train Sim World, and you just keep, they ditch the number, just keep updating that. I don't understand why they keep bringing out, because it makes it confusing when you, and they haven't actually taken any of the other Train Sim games off the Steam store, so it makes it confusing for people, because Train Sim World 2, 3 and 4 are still on the store, yet those games aren't being supported anymore. The new game, Train Sim World 5, is. So therefore they should remove the other games so that you literally cannot buy them. You can't, because I think there's a clause on Steam store that a game must be supported for it to be sold, and if those games aren't being supported anymore, then they shouldn't be selling them. But yeah, I just find their marketing a bit weird sometimes. They should just ditch the number, remove all the other games off the Steam marketplace, so there's just one game that people can't get confused about, and then just release DLC for the one game, update the one game, and if it needs a major update, you know, bring out a major update for it. Don't just sell another game with the major update, you know. And if people have to be charged for it, you know, make it the update into a route or something, and release the update with a route and sell the route with the update, and that's how you make your money. But yeah, it just gets really confusing when there's like multiple games under the same name, and you just think, where are they going to stop? Is it next year they're going to bring out Train Sim World 6, which means 5 is redundant? You know, why not just continue updating 5 or ditch the number completely? Yeah, I don't. They must be aware over at Dovetail at the of their situation. You know, what's sort of good and what's bad, and what's actually, they must be aware of this sort of stuff, but I'm not in their marketing department, so I don't know. But so far, I was quite impressed, actually. I've not played, like I say, I've not played any of the new routes that they've brought out that are running on Unreal Engine 5, but I played the old route, obviously, and was quite impressed, actually, of the, you know, there wasn't any major issues I ran into with performance. So, yeah, it felt really, really good, actually, to play it. I just hope that they continue to build upon it and make it great. Hopefully this is the last train sim world we will get, and they just keep updating this one. But you know, they're always out for a money grab, and if they can release another game, I mean, it's good that they actually carry over the DLC. I must state that, yeah, any DLC that you bought for the original Train Sim World is still playable in the new game today. They carry it forward, which is amazing. If they didn't, I'd be a bit concerned, but they do, which is nice. But yeah, the new stuff I believe is very good. I haven't played it. But what really was good was they offered Train Sim World 5 for free for the first month. I think you have to buy it after the first month. So after October you'll have to buy the game if you want it. But they offered it for free, which was really good. Because it means that, oh, there's a Voyager there. That was cool. Yeah, they offered it for free, which means I could jump on it and play my old Train Sim World DLC that I'd bought. Which is why I didn't play, because I didn't play Train Sim World 3 or 4, and I was a bit like, well, I've paid for this DLC. I can't really play it. I could jump on Train Sim World 2 and play it, obviously, but that game had a lot of bugs, a lot of graphical issues, a lot of sort of performance issues, and it just wasn't a stable game. So there was no point in me playing it. And so yeah, I skipped 3 and 4. Was like, I don't have any incentive to get them, and I can't play my DLC that I bought. But so when they said that they were releasing Train Sim World 5 and offering it for free for the first month, I was pretty happy about that. I was like, yeah, they should offer it for free, really, because we spend all this money on DLC, and they ask us every year to spend more money buying another game that we already own, you know. So yeah, they should offer it for free. If they release if next year they release Train Sim World 6, I expect them to offer it for free again. Because if they don't, again, I will boycott it and I won't play it. But they should offer it for free. They should allow me to play my old DLC. And if I want to buy the new DLC, the new routes, the new packs that go with the game, then I am free to do so. But I shouldn't be required to. So it's not really a rant, but you know, I just compare it to Train Sim Classic. Train Sim Classic has done it right ever since the beginning, pretty much. You know, I used to play it back in the day on my old CRT or whatever it was called, the big monitor sort of PC. And yeah, that was back in like 2000. I want to say 2008, but it was probably a lot longer ago than that. 2008 seems like a long time ago. But yeah, it just felt. I just feel like Classic's been so good. I mean, they went through that stage of going, you know, 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022. And then eventually they just decided, right, enough with the numbering. We're just going to call it Train Sim Classic. And it's been Train Sim Classic ever since, and it just works. You know exactly what it is. It's the classic Train Sim. But they carry stuff over. You could play stuff back from 2014 in the game. It might not be as good as some of the newer stuff, but you can still play it. And yeah, they just keep bringing out more and more stuff for Classic, and it's getting better and better, especially with third parties like Armstrong, Powerhouse, Alan Thompson Sim, Just Trains. They make this game so much better. There's more than just them lot. There's Vulcan products. There's loads of third parties. We're gonna start coming in now. Yeah, there's loads of third party companies making content for this game, and it's really good stuff as well. And I think they a lot of them, sometimes it's freeware, a lot of the time it's not. It is you know, payware, but it's I think that the most of the stuff for this game is fairly priced. To be fair, for what you get, it's fairly priced. It seems like Dovetail sometimes charge you a insane amount for their DLC, and you're like, all I'm getting is a new route and a few locos that I already own, but with a different livery. You know, you bought a pack with a 47, you're then buying another DLC that has a 47 in it, that you're like, I already own a 47, why am I purchasing another 47 just with a different livery? You know, at least you get some variety with some third party content. And you know, Train Sim Classic packs, yeah, you do sometimes get the same thing with them, but at least they try and vary it up a bit. But yeah, I just think Dovetail sometimes for a Train Sim world charge way too much money for what they've, and I understand that they need to make that money back because they obviously have overheads to pay, but yeah, sometimes it's ridiculous priced. But I've always said I buy a lot of my Train Sim stuff on sale, on a Steam sale, and when it does go on sale, you can bet that I buy like quite a bit of it. Probably more than I should. But that's the best time to do it. That is the best time to do it, because they're normally, especially Train Sim Classic stuff, it's normally quite cheap. So definitely go and get it on sale. Right, we are coming into Exeter. Yep. This is our final stop for this scenario. It's taken about 55 minutes, which, to be fair, it didn't lie when it said it was a 55-minute scenario. We'll just find us stopping here. That'll do us. Excellent. Right, that is us. So we will step outside of the train and sort of review how we did. So that was the scenario APC43 1M78, and we went from Paignton to Exeter. The scenario actually says Paignton to Manchester Piccadilly, but that's the scenario name. But we actually went from Paignton to Exeter. We was on the Riviera Line, and we used this AP Class 43 in ex-Virgin Trains livery, and it was about 55 minutes. I actually really enjoyed this scenario. It was a good little quick scenario on the Riviera Line, very scenic. Absolutely love this line, and yeah, I hope that you also enjoyed. Please leave a like and a subscribe down below, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.